Dun 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 dun. Hey everybody, how are you? Guess what day it is? It's Father's Day! And you know what we're gonna do to celebrate Father's Day? We're going to talk about a true American father, a badass American father who did everything that he could to make sure that his son was avenged for what happened to him. You see, his son was kidnapped and bad stuff happened to his son, but he didn't let that slide. He didn't trust it to the local law enforcement and the judges and the jury to handle business. This man took it into his own hands. And you know what was in his hand? What was in his hand was a yeah! So we're going to be talking, of course, about the American hero, Gary Pluché. But before we get started, I want to tell you all that I love you. I want to tell all the fathers out there, you're doing an amazing job. I know it's a difficult job, often a thankless job. Sometimes you get doo-doo on your hands. Sometimes you have to work 12-hour shifts and come home and still get doo-doo on your hands. Sometimes they grow up to be teenagers and they're assholes. And you still love them and you still want what's best for them. And you tell them things that are essential to their survival and their safety and they don't listen. But that is the nature of being a father. Very few times do people care about your feelings in this scenario. But it's okay because you tuck those up between your legs like you were buying a swimsuit at Target, and you just keep pushing through and doing you and being the good solid man that you are and raising your chitlins proper like. And I just want you to know, if no one else sees you, I do. I see you, gentlemen, and I'm proud of you because you're out there doing the Lord's work, doing what needs to be done, did in the ding dong dang. And I think that we should all just take a second and appreciate that fathers really make a difference. You can see it in the crime statistics between people that had their fathers and the ones that unfortunately did not have fathers in their lives. So for every dad who's out there doing their best to give their kids the best life that they possibly can, this is for you, brother. We're proud of you. I am joined tonight by my beautiful co-hostess, the smarter, sexier, better half of the JD situation. We actually have the same initials, so we are both JD Delay. I don't know if everybody knows that, but yeah, there are two of us, and one of us is way better looking. Say hello.
Hi, I think the better looking one is you.
I like it when you say pretty lies to me, girl. So we're going to be getting into this today, but before we do that, I want to thank all of the community for being here with us. I know it's Father's Day, so if you're hanging out with us on Father's Day, I take that as an honor and a privilege to have your presence here. I want to say a little something for those who don't have fathers. You are loved. You are appreciated. I'm sorry that your dad wasn't there for you. It's a hard deal, but you can come out the other end of that and you can make your life amazing and incredible. And just cling to what you know, cling to what's true, and know that we love you. Also, I really want to thank the mods for being here, for keeping this a clean chat, a tidy chat, where we don't have people spamming ridiculousness all up in our business, because we ain't like that. So I'm a little bit sunburned. Oh, yeah. Dar-L, yep. Yeah. Thank you, Abby. I appreciate you. The Twatapult is strong tonight. That took 2.5 seconds before that homophobic weirdo who was clearly trying to instigate violence through a fake profile with no real name and no picture. Really, really strong stuff there, guy. You're a really brave dude, aren't you? Baby back, bitch. But yeah, as I was thanking the mods, incredible. I love it. Thank you so much for what you're doing. So check this out. I'm a little bit sunburned. I know some of y'all might not be able to tell. I'm actually peeling and shit because we went out to the protest yesterday. I took my oldest son Graves out there. It was a lot of fun. It was unified. We just went out there to see what was going on. You know, we slinked about hither and thither, checked it out. Wanted to see if it was going to stay peaceful. It stayed absolutely peaceful. I was really surprised. I support peaceful protest. Whether I agree with you or not, if you're practicing your First Amendment protected right to assemble and protest in a peaceful manner, you're not destroying shit, you're not getting all up in the roadways, causing people to not be able to get where they need to go, you're not lighting shit on fire or looting the Apple store or whatever, not burning down local businesses, run that shit. Got your back. And in my city, it stayed cool. Then I started seeing some of the other stuff that was going on, like Seattle and Portland. And we'll probably do a live reacting to some of that because some of that was crazy. But I wanted to take a little bit of time out today just to do something about the fathers. And I think one of the great ways to do that is to talk about a true American hero, Gary Pluché. Why, Gary? Why? So Gary Pluché case is a notable and controversial event in American criminal justice history involving a father's vigilante act of revenge against his son's abuser. Now, part of the reason that this case got so much publicity was because what happened live on TV. And back in the way back, we ain't seen nothing like that. Now that we have the internet, you can see all of this crazy stuff happen that people have, caught on their phones and whatever. Way back then, they didn't have no cellular phones. And they definitely didn't have no cellular phones with cameras on them. So the news just happened to be there when this event happened. They were live streaming, and the whole nation ended up seeing it. It was crazy. It blew up. For a little background on this, on April 12th, 1984, Jeffrey Douche-Canoe, fuck that guy. We hate this guy. 25-year-old man abducted and sexually assaulted 11-year-old Jody Pluché, the son of Gary Pluché. Douche-Canoe was a family friend and had gained trust of the Pluché family. Now, I want to just remind you guys that a lot of the time, the majority of the time, when these types of assaults happen on children, it is from somebody that the family knows, somebody that the family trusts. A lot of this happens through grooming. Not just of the child, but it happens through grooming of the family members. Whether that be through financial support, whether that be through, showing up, whether that be through, just gaining the family's trust so that they get access to the child. If somebody's overly interested in your child, even if there's somebody that you know in your life, question why. Question why, because, the reality is that kids are kind of annoying. A lot of the time, kids are annoying. So if some adult is taking an above average interest and you're an annoying little shit minion, wonder why. Why you like my kids so much, Jeffrey? Huh? What you got going on? So this was a grooming situation of both the child and the family.
Sorry, can we just take a moment to appreciate that? Kids are annoying, so if someone takes a special interest in your child, that's a huge red flag.
It's huge. It's a huge red flag. I'm just saying, bro. Why? What the?
You're not wrong. I wholeheartedly agree.
Why you so interested in my shit minion, bro? You know what I mean? I love my kids, but other people's kids, I'm not interested in other people's kids. I want to make sure they're safe. But I'm not trying to spend alone time with them. What the fuck? That's crazy as shit. So the shooting. Gary Pluché, driven by a desire for vengeance and a sense of justice, decided to take matters into his own hands. He waited for Douche-Canoe outside a courthouse in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, where Douche-Canoe was being escorted by the police. In a moment captured on camera, Pluché approached Douche-Canoe and shot him at close range. The shooting was swift and fatal, with Douche-Canoe falling into a coma and later dying of his injuries. I'm not going to use that dude's real name out of just an utter lack of respect for him. I just want y'all to know why I'm using the term Douche-Canoe. His real name is Douchette or fucking whatever. I don't fucking care. Fuck if I care. We're calling him Douche-Canoe because fuck that dude. The public reaction. Public opinion was deeply divided. Now remember, this is way back in the 80s, bro. This is way back in the Maybach. What had happened was, this dude kidnapped this kid, took him to another state, and did bad stuff to this kid. Stuff that YouTube doesn't want me to talk about with y'all. But did bad stuff on this child. And then he got caught and brought back. And he was walking out the courtroom, and Gary was at a payphone with the hat down real low, like all incognito, like, but he had a gun. He might be part of the reason they don't allow guns in courthouses no more, when you really think about it, because used to, I mean, not that they allowed guns, but I just mean like why so many of them have metal detectors and shit like that. He might have been a contributing factor. I'm not saying he was the whole reason, but he definitely might have been a contributing factor, because way back then, they didn't pat you down or none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? He had the pistola, and he just was waiting, and as they escorted him out, boom, boom, got him. So public opinion was deeply divided. Many people sympathized with Pluché, viewing him as a hero who had taken justice into his own hands in response to a failing legal system. I'm with those people. Those are my people. They can sit with me. That's my shit, dog. That's my shit. Others criticized his actions because they're bitches, arguing that vigilantism undermines the rule of law and can lead to further violence. The case was highlighted the emotional and psychological impact of crime on victims and their families, as well as the limitations of the legal system in addressing these impacts. And I hate to break this to y'all, but since this happened, since the 80s, we have gotten softer and softer and softer on these pee-pee toucher ass, kindergarten commando, diaper sniffing ass stuff. You know what I'm saying? We have just gotten softer and softer on this shit. Instead of going harder on them, we have just gone softer on them. So it's gotten worse, like legitimately worse. In the end, Pluché pleaded no contest to a reduced charge of manslaughter. He was sentenced to 5 years suspended sentence and 5 years of probation and 300 hours of community service. The leniency of the sentence reflected the public's sympathy for his situation and the severe nature of the crime committed against his son. So if they ever try to tell you that we don't matter, that our voices don't make a difference, understand, this dude is a clear and present example that if we get loud enough, we can fuck shit up. See, this is some shit that I would go out and protest over, like they're doing in Ireland right now. Now, I don't believe in burning down local businesses and burning down people's houses and shit. Some of that shit's happening over there, but they're over there and they are 100% rioting over some rape shit that happened to a little girl. But these people made their presence known. And so instead of ending up in prison forever or doing 20 years, he got a suspended sentence and some community service. The legacy. The Gary Pluché case continues to be a subject of debate and discussion, raising questions about the limits of self-defense, the role of emotions in legal decisions, and the balance between personal justice and the rule of law. It serves as a reminder of the complex interplay between crime, punishment, and the human element in legal proceedings. Now, I just want to ask you guys, who do you stand with? Do you think that Gary was a dangerous vigilante? Or do you think that he was a good dad and that fathers should have the right to go after these fucking monsters when they hurt our kids? Because personally, I'm with the shits. Arzang of the Brothers Light said, abetting PDFs is just as bad as being one. Dead ass. Sympathizers get the business too, bro. Sympathizers get the business too. Turd Ferguson III said Gary should be canonized as a saint. Turd, is that a new account for you, brother? Love you, man. Good to see you, bro. Thank you to everybody saying Happy Father's Day. And I agree with everybody in the chat saying that this is a good father right here. This is what should be done. 100%. I think fathers, a father finds them in the act, he should be allowed to do whatever he wants. Big facts on that. Big facts. You know, and this dude kidnapped his kid, took his kid to another state. did stuff to him over an extended period of time. That's super messed up. That's super messed up. Rick said, I'd want to pull the switch on old Sparky myself. Absolutely. Absolutely. Same, man. Yo, Fred, U.S. Marines, what's up, man? How you doing? What's up, JD and Jax? How are you doing today? Blessed and highly favored, my friend. Happy Father's Day to you, brother. Gary took care of business. Team Gary all the way. Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm with all that. I'm absolutely 100% with all that. It seems like pretty much everybody's in agreement on that whole situation. That has got to be a world's record birthday party. There's a birthday party? Sarah Beamer said, JD Delay, do you have the video? I could find the video, but I'm in this format, and in this format, it won't let me play videos, unfortunately. Gary's son is all over YouTube doing interviews. Jody is his first name. Oh, that's lit. I haven't seen that. Cosmo, wood chipper, also do a video on the German woman who blasted her daughter's rapist in court. I would love to. I hadn't even heard about that. Irish Bomb Squad in the chat. What it do, homeboy? Big love to the chat. Great to see you today, brother. Glad that you're here with us. Let's see. Can you sing Feel Good Inc.? Feel good, do feel good. Jody did the Unsub podcast. That's amazing. You know, I was hanging out watching some of their live stream yesterday from the U.S. Army's 250th birthday, and I knew they was gonna do that for a while now. Like, I knew that they were planning that out for months, and it was crazy to me because they'd been planning this like 250th birthday since last year. So it's crazy to me that there were all these protests saying no kings, saying that Trump was throwing himself a huge birthday party. They were planning that before he was in office. And that's just the reality. Like the dude, hate the dude, being different about the dude, whatever it is, I just think it's weird that people will run with the narrative when they're completely uninformed. They was talking about that shit, planning that shit, long before he was in office. It was the first parade. The first parade was in 1991. That is big facts, bro. That is big facts. They sell Gary Father of the Year t-shirts on eBay. I have a Gary Pluché t-shirt. I couldn't find it to wear today. I wanted to wear it in honor of him. But, I did wear a shirt in honor of another great father, Mr. Nick, the Fat Electrician. This is my unhealthcare provider shirt. It's brand new on Bunker Clothing, if you want to look it up. Bunker Clothing is the Unsubscribed Podcast clothing company. Great people, got a lot of great creators over there, got a lot of great products, got some new announcements coming up soon. And yeah, if you want to check this out, this shirt, straight off there, man. My homeboy, the Fat Electrician. Let's see. Alex Holmes, going to sleep. Man, my nan died. I fell down the stairs. I had to go to the funeral in a boot. Now I got a toothache and 5 teeth and a lump in my chest under my nip. Night, dude. Alex, I'm so sorry to hear that. Rest in peace, Granny, and I hope that you get to feeling better soon. Love you, homie. Justin Cameron said, for those struggling right now, here's your weekly reminder that you are loved, you matter, and you have family here. Big love on that, bro. Hell yeah. That's what's up. Did I get chafed yesterday? No, I didn't get chafed, man. Irish Bomb Squad. I had a good time. We didn't do crazy walk-ins. There was really nothing to see, bro. Like, there were people out, but they were just peacefully protesting. Roman Wolf Gaming, no disrespect, but Scotty K Fitness really disappointed me. He's literally commenting on everyone talking about him, which screams guilt to me. Well, I actually had about a 45-minute FaceTime with Scotty K Fitness yesterday. When people started commenting his name, I had to go look him up because I know his face and his mustache, but I didn't know his name. I'd never followed him. So I went and looked him up. I went and looked at his video. And then I actually talked to him. I hit him up. because he's not somebody that I intended when I was talking about that video about people getting paid to do videos by political parties. So, you know, I hit him up and we FaceTimed for about 45 minutes. The dude was in LA. And from what he saw, where he saw the protests, it was pretty peaceful where he saw it. And so, like, look, I would 100% take the man at his word that he was at the airport, he was flying home from LA, and it was on his mind and on his heart at the time. But, you know, everybody is, you know, it's okay to disagree with somebody, but I've never said that that dude was getting paid to make that video, and I personally don't think that he was. That's just my opinion, man. You know, I wasn't talking about him. I wasn't talking about Iron Sanctuary. So, you know, take that for what it is at face value. If I thought it was him, you know, I wouldn't be defending him. There's other people that got brought up in that chat, and I'm not saying shit. But those two are not people that I had in mind. I had not seen their videos, and I was not speaking on them. Graham Robbins, what's up, family? Happy Father's Day, brother. Rest in peace, Gary Pluché. We need more dads who are willing to do what it takes to protect their kids. Cheers. Hell yeah, man. That's what's up. Let's get some more comments here. Yo, is YouTube Streets in the chat? I don't see. Oh, there you are. What's up, YouTube Streets? Salute to y'all, man. We got YouTube legends in the chat, man. I see y'all coming up, bro. I see y'all coming up. Y'all are going to be getting that 100,000 plaque, bro. I put mine somewhere else. Y'all are going to be getting that silver plaque soon, bro. I see you guys growing every day. Hey, JD, pick one. Flat nips or slightly unfinished tattoos all over. Much love. Fuck, dog. Flat nips? You mean I don't get mutant nipples anymore? So I have to leave the house unarmed? I have no sharp objects on me? That's crazy. I'm going to have to go with unfinished tattoos because I'm covered in unfinished tattoos, bro. Everywhere I look looks unfinished to me except for a few, bro. Like, and I like the nips, bro. I know a lot of people give me a lot of shit about my weird-ass nipples, but personally, I like them. You know, I'm a mutant, bro. I'm sure that probably somewhere along my family tree, probably a couple cousins looked at each other and they were like, damn, you are fine. And then they did the nasty, and that's probably part of a contributing factor to my weird-ass nipples. I got tails growing out my chest or something. But I like them. I ain't mad about it. I made it through middle school with them shits and prison. So, I mean, ain't nobody on the internet gonna bully me for shit, bro. Dominar, what's up, bro? I thought it was time to come clean to this community of wonderful people. I now identify as Hynarian. What's that, you ask? Search my username. Well, I can't search your username while I'm on a live, bro. I got my shit up here. Can somebody search Hynarian? Because I'm intrigued, as it would say. How was the slip and slide on those nipples? I pole vaulted out of that bitch, bro. As soon as I went to go do it, I just pole vaulted, bro. Double pole vault. It was like walking on stilts on my chest. It was crazy. Just me. Thank you so much for that love and support, homie. I appreciate you. Love your work and more importantly, your honesty. I'm a DAV and I look forward to, domestic abuse. What's a DAV? Somebody tell me what a DAV is, please. And I look forward to seeing your take on things every day. Glad you on the air, sir. You educate me and make me laugh at the same time. Big love and respect to you. Just me. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Robert Williams, I now identify as a white dude. Finally met my dad. Jesus, fuck, bro. Fuck. Dominar said Farscape. I haven't fucked with Farscape. Is it good? Do I need to fuck with Farscape? I'm with the shits. It sounds sci-fi-ish to me. And I'm with it. Oh, by the way, babe, new season of Foundation comes out next month.
What?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Irish Bomb Squad got the pokey nips too. Hell yeah. Homeboy. See, it's an Irish pride thing, bro. That's why we got these nips, bro. I'm telling you. Disabled American veteran. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you for your service and your sacrifice. I appreciate you. So just so you guys know, the next full length that I'm going to be releasing, I did an interview with such an incredible human being. He was the first triple amputee to survive from America out of Afghanistan, out of the Afghanistan war. He lost both his legs, one of his arms. The arm that he has left was pieced back together. He goes by McNubbs. He's here on YouTube under McNubbs. He is one of the most positive people I've ever met in my entire life. And he is a triple amputee. And I was so just in love with the dude's energy and his positivity that it made me want to do an interview with him so that you guys could catch some of his contagious positivity. And he's great. He's hilarious. And his story is so impactful. I'm going to be sharing that with y'all real soon. Irish Bomb Squad, he is awesome, bro. I love McNugs, bro. He's a good dude. The only military you can get away with a nickname like that and your brothers are the ones that probably gave it to you. Yeah, and so he was a Marine when he got blown up. He got blown up, and I don't want to give too much of the story away because it's absolutely mind-boggling, but like this dude is constantly smiling, and he's constantly helping other people, and it's amazing. Miguel Romo, brother, thank you so much. I love you, my dude. Huge love and respect to you. I really appreciate what you do. Keep up all the good work, Miguel. Thank you so much for that support, homeboy. Big love and respect to you, man. For real. Love you, dog. Thank you so much. Damn, bro. When I see a red one, I'm like, holy crap, man. It just means a lot, bro. Especially in this economy. I know how it is. And I just want you to know how genuinely I appreciate that shit, dude. 100%. Roman Wolf Gaming said, JD, so question about inmate paperwork. You're supposed to keep your release date a secret, right? Well, if you have to show paperwork, then they're going to know when it is, right? So look, your actual court paperwork isn't, they give you a face sheet that tells all of your charges. Now, we're not generally reading through all of your shit unless one of your charges is a red flag. If it says something that has to do with a kid or a statutory or anything like that, we're going to go and we're going to take a deeper look. If you're joining a gang, they're going to want to see every line of every fucking page. If there's whiteout, you're getting fucked up. If there's a page missing, you're getting fucked up because they're looking to see if you're a snitch too. But for the most part, when you do a normal paperwork check, they're looking to see if you are in on some fucked up charges. Nowadays, all of this shit is different now when you're locked up because so many people have cell phones and they can just look you up. They can see your release date, all of that shit. I just wouldn't, for me, I really wouldn't go around bragging about the release date. I wouldn't let people know when you're getting close because there's haters out there, bro. Same exact reason I didn't come and tell you guys in advance before I went to court. It's not because I don't know that the vast majority of you guys support me and are on point and are fucking awesome people. It's because I know that out of the, 1.47 million, there's going to be a couple people that are going to go, man, I'm going to fuck this dude's shit up. I'm going to send videos of this dude talking about putting chomos in the wood chipper to this judge. And we got some liberal judges out here that kind of protect chomos, bro. Now, I don't think the judge I got was one of them judges. That dude didn't seem like he was about any of that nonsense. He was actually really incredible and has my utmost respect, dog. He was really cool, man. I really appreciated that. Heather Blassingham. Happy Father's Day, JD. Thank you so much. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Love this community. You are all amazing. Sis, we are so happy to have you here today. Welcome, and thank you for being a valued and loved part of our community. LL said, dude, love your point of view and always come correct. Man, I appreciate that. I try my best. There's times that I'm absolutely wrong. You know, I'm just a normal ass dude who has some good takes, some bad takes. If I'm presented with new information, I always try to come back and make it right. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the best that we could do. Irish Bomb Squad, yeah, I would say dog dads count too. Hell yeah. JD versus 100 rioters. So look, I can't take out 100 people. Not without my Second Amendment rights, at least. I'll tell you that right now. Everyone is innocent in jail. You know, I think a lot of people that haven't been locked up think that everybody in there says that they're innocent. That's not the case. People on fucked up charges say that they're innocent in there. But the majority of people in there are like, yeah, I did it. You know, a lot of them are bragging about other crimes that are much more severe because they're trying to look more gangster than they really are. They're trying to have people think that they're tougher and harder than they are. A lot of people in prison are posturing that they're, you know, fucking badasses. It's really, honestly, it's a lot of people who were traumatized as kids and went through rough shit, either sexually abused, physically abused, emotionally abused, grew up watching their mom getting the shit beat out of her, grew up in extreme poverty, neglect, things like that. And so they you know, they're trying to numb out those feelings and they fuck up and they break the law and then they get to prison and it's like survival of the fittest in there. So they start acting like who's got the biggest dick in here, you know? So there's not a lot of people in there pretending that they're innocent. The people who are in there pretending they're innocent are the people that are on some fucked up charges. You know what I'm saying? And that's real. Sarah Delgado, sis, it's so good to see you. Love you. Truly the best community, JD and beautiful Jax. We love you, sister. Hey, just me. Thank you again. Pineapple pizza is the freaking best. JD, if you like that, you're even better. Thank you, though. Even better than I thought you are. Jax, what did we have for dinner the other night?
Pineapple on pizza.
Pineapple, pepperoni, and black olives. That shit was fire. Roman Wolf Gaming said, JD, get pardoned and Osceola County Sheriff needs you. Hey, man, so it's going to be really hard to, I don't know. Getting pardoned in Florida is a whole different deal, bro. It's possible. And with some of the friends that I've made recently, I think it's the likelihood is getting better. But I am going to be going out to Florida very soon, and we'll see what happens, man. We'll definitely see what happens. Hey, look, so I see people in the chat talking about Jessica Kent, talking shit about me. Look, I get it. I know. I see it. Jessica is somebody that I considered a friend at one point in time. She's mad at me because of some of the things that I've said online. And instead of hitting me up one-on-one, she has my phone number, dog. If she wanted to act like a friend, she could have hit me up. She's blasting me online because she knows my name gets views. It's all good. I'm not going to blast her back because I am a loyal person. Even if she's not being a good friend to me right now and coming to me like a loyal, decent-ass friend would, I'm not going to that level with nobody, bro. Like, I'm not going to get venomous and messy across the internet with somebody else. You know, she can keep firing, bro. I wish her the best. I wish her and her kids the absolute best, man. And that's just what it is, man. That's how my loyalty rolls. People can attack me, and I'm still going to be like, hey, I wish you the absolute best. If we was friends, I'm not going to attack somebody.
Hey, guys, we don't need to trash her in the chat.
No, please don't do that.
We don't need to do that. It's okay.
Please
It's
don't.
all love over here.
Yeah, please don't trash her in the chat. I like to keep things positive, man. I like to keep things on love. You know, I don't have ops unless they're chomos. I definitely hate me some chomos, but, you know, I don't have a lot of ops. Miss Shell, you used to come into the Circle S store on Reed Canal a few years ago. It's so rad to see you doing great, man. Yo, Miss Shell, I absolutely did. You guys make fire sandwiches? That was my store, because I lived down there at the Banana K, God, what was the name of that place? Anyway, yeah, that was my store. You're absolutely right. It's so good to see you in the chat. Thank you so much. I love you and I appreciate you. Dominar said you have to believe in yourself when no one else does. Serena Williams. Well, bro, we see what she's accomplished. That's absolutely incredible. Yo, I like your forehead. Put a mural on that thing. I can't. Do you know how much great tattoo work I could fit on this thing, bro? But I promised my mama that I wasn't going to get no face tattoos. And when I was in my addiction, I broke a lot of promises to my mom, bro. You know, I broke promises to my mom like I'm never going to use again. I'm never going to go back to prison. This is going to be the last time you're going to have to come down here and pick me up at the county jail at 4 a.m, mama. I'm so sorry. It's never going to happen again. You know, and I wasn't behind the steering wheel, man. I was drugs bitch. Drugs controlled me. Drugs owned me. And I said things that I meant 100% with my heart at the time, but I didn't have the power in my life to be able to follow through with them, unfortunately. Now that I'm sober, I'm not breaking no promises to nobody. So as cool as it would look, I know you were probably trying to make fun of my forehead. I do got a big old 5 head, bro. But I think it would be cool to blast some shit on there. But I'm never going to do it out of respect for my mom and my own word. Painkiller. Every state should be a stand your ground state. Behaviors would probably change. I agree with that 1000%. I think that it should be, I think that there's certain stuff that states should have their own rules and regulations and laws about. But when it comes to self-defense, I think that that is a constitutional right that every single person should have across the board. And I don't think that pussy-ass motherfuckers in states should be able to tell you that if somebody comes into your house with an intention to harm you, that you have a duty to retreat. The fuck? A duty to retreat? Duty to suck on these nuts, bro. I'm blasting. Period. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy to me that we have to debate state by state what people's ability to defend themselves anywhere, but particularly in their own home. It's crazy to me, man. JD, how long would you last against Conor McGregor? Aaron, not long, bro. Not long. Anybody who's not a trained fighter, I don't give a fuck how big you are, how bad you are in street fights, how much prison time you've done. Anybody who's going up against a trained fighter, bro, they're not going to last very long if they're not a trained fighter. Now, I did some boxing way back in the Maybach. I was a little fat kid in middle school. I was getting bullied. And so I started on summer break. I spent the whole summer taking boxing lessons. And when I came back, I started fucking dudes up. I could do okay in a street fight. Against a trained fighter, just hand-to-hand combat, I'd get fucking mopped up, dog. And that's why I make fun of Wes Watson for saying that trained fighters are pussies, bro. Like, you're crazy as fuck for that, bro. Like, that dude is so out of pocket for that. And I understand it comes from a place of deep insecurity. And I have my insecurities too. They're not about the things you guys would think they're about. It's not about my nipples or my 5 head. But I have my own insecurities too. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not really dissing the dude for, you know, having insecurities. I'm just saying, bro, like, saying crazy shit on the internet, like you could, if MMA fighters are pussies, bro, like, the discipline it takes is so crazy, dude. It's so crazy, and I respect it. And no, I could not beat up a trained MMA fighter just hand to hand. I just don't think so, bro. Roman Wolf Gaming, if you become sheriff, please arrest Lily Tino. Man, I honestly don't think that I'm, even if I got all of my shit taken care of and I was no longer a felon, I don't think I'd be allowed to be a sheriff. I would definitely arrest Lily Tino. Or can we call a spade a spade? Can we stop calling Lily Tino Lily Tino? Can we start calling Lily Tino Nick Cantino? Because he is Nick Cantino. And I don't believe for a second that dude is authentically trans. I think that dude found a niche and is trying to get clicks and views and trying to make money. And they're doing damage to children with the inappropriate behavior that he does, and he's also doing damage to people that are legitimately trans, that are just trying to exist, who don't fuck with nobody, don't bother nobody, they ain't nowhere around your kids, acting like a fucking dick. Nick Cantino. Let's stop calling Nick Lily, because we're feeding into that insanity, and I don't fuck with that, bro. Iriatureta. I probably mispronounced that, and I apologize. Stand your ground should be across the country. Absolutely. Absolutely. So Gary Skaggs said, I heard that Nick Cantino got arrested. Don't know if it's true or not. I saw some clickbaity looking videos saying that. I looked it up. I could not find anything about that. I will continue to stay looking. I really would love to see it. I see a lot of people asking if I can own a gun. No, I cannot legally own a gun. I do not own a gun. Not only am I a convicted felon, I'm a convicted felon with a felon in possession of a firearm charge felony on my record. So I definitely at this point cannot. But there are people working right now to change the laws around nonviolent felons not unconstitutionally losing their rights to defend themselves and bear arms, because that's a constitutional right that was given to us. And in the Constitution, they say it is a God-given right. It doesn't say it's a United States government given right. It doesn't say it's a Republican or a Democrat given right. It's something that should be non-fucking negotiable. You know what I'm saying? And there is a lot going on right now that's very encouraging. The Bryan Range case was not contested by the Supreme Court, and the current administration did not get in the way of that. So I might be getting my rights back very soon, whether I get my felonies off my record or not. Freelancer NS, what is up? It's been a minute. Good to see you. I have a base in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, kickboxing, and Muay Thai. That's dope, bro. And those disciplines and those skills, I'm sure you carry yourself like a fucking badass. You know, I was just talking to, God, who was I? I was just talking to, oh, no, it wasn't Scotty K. I was talking to somebody and they were telling me that they have their daughter in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And I was like, yeah, and I know Nick does as well. My dog, the fat electrician. Steven Sanders, thank you so much. I'm an independent journalist, got a judge in Citrus County abusing his power on the bench. I've been contacted by 50 plus families in 48 hours regarding Judge Richard Howard. I'm going to screenshot that. Thank you for putting me up on that. I would love to reach that and research that, and I would love to be able to see you what you come up with on that. That is absolutely badass. Hell yeah, expose, please expose. JD for YouTube CEO. I don't think I need to be a CEO of much, bro. Like, I'm a small business owner and I like that shit. But I'm not a CEO type, bro. I just don't see it. It's a creepy guy and damage to trans. Nick Cantino is damage everywhere Nick goes. Nick Cantino needs to just be taken off the streets. And you will never convince me that that is not a fucking predator. Especially after I brought some serious evidence of that in my video. And I would love to see them get locked up. Trial Junkies United, good to see you tonight. Glad that you're here. JD, sorry I'm here late, fam. Working on my life tonight on the New England serial killer, my live tonight on the New England serial killer. I will be on the rewatch cruise so I can leave a message. Hey, do what you need to do for your live. I'm excited to see what's going on with that. I will be swinging through. We love you. Freelancer, I know it's been busy. I've been working on my truck. Hell yeah. Rigging it up to go to work, doing wide load, escort, and hot shot trucking. That is amazing. Look at you out there squashing your goals, homie. Keep getting it, bro. We're proud of you. JD, I was referred to you by Jumpsuit Pablo. I'm glad to be here. Your wife is beautiful. Well, Marion, so glad to have you here. We love you. And it's great that you came here from my buddy Paul, man. We love Jumpsuit here, too. Let's see. Potato guns? I don't know. I haven't looked into potato guns to see whether or not I can own me a potato gun. It might be a thing. JD, I was watching.
One of those, honey. Her name is Moxie.
Yeah, actually, our boss, our French bulldog, is a potato dart. That's for sure. She's a little potato on legs. Jupiter said, JD, I was watching your short about burning the flag. Did you know the Cub and Boy Scouts burn flags as a ceremony? So when you're retiring an American flag, whether it's gotten worn or frayed, or if it's touched the ground, the proper procedure is to burn the flag in a respectful way. But what that was about wasn't about the procedure for retiring a flag. It was about people at riots burning the flag, particularly while holding up high a foreign nation's flag. And while it is a First Amendment protected right, I personally, it makes my blood boil. You're protected from the law. You might not be protected from the people standing around you watching. If you dishonor the flag, you might not be protected from the people standing around that see that and witness that. And if it's getting on the internet, it might cost you jobs. It might cost you college. It might cost you your quality of life to disrespect our flag in this country. All that protects you from is legal consequences. So just be aware of that. If it touched Bonnie Blue, Patrick M. Good Lord, if an American flag touches Bonnie Blue, burn it while it's still touching her. Holy shit. 510 Big Dog. JD, what's up, bro? Been following you for a while. Salute from the Bay Area. Dishonor my flag. I disrespect you. Big respect on that, man. Big respect on that. And the reason that I said that about Bonnie Blue isn't because she's a mattress actress. It's the fact that she is constantly going after as barely legal of boys and girls as humanly possible. That's my real problem with Bonnie Blue, is that she comes out and she's like straight up trying to find people on their 18th birthday. Like, as young as she can get, that is her fetish, and she's very open about that. And it just reeks of schmeta-schmelia to me. That's Jax, what do you think?
It's predatory behavior.
R2D2, Bonnie Blue is that mattress actress on the OnlyFans that took 157 dudes in a day and live streamed it all. And her new thing was she was going to do 2,000 dudes in a day and call it the petting zoo, where she's completely tied up and bound and gagged, and 2,000 dudes get to come in and do whatever they want to her. But she's aiming for youngsters. She did this whole spring break thing and was going for as young as she could possibly find. And she documented all of that. She was walking around live streaming, looking for somebody who, she was trying to find people that had just turned 18 and shit like that. Dominar said, JD sent Instagrams last Monday titled David Begg. Happy Father's Day. You and Jax are awesome. We love you so much, Dominar. We're so glad you're here. I will check Instagram. AIDS R Us needs to be her name. Holy shit. And that's another thing, is she's completely unprotected. And if you can imagine the numbers she might be throwing up in STIs, that's crazy. Dumpster food is dumpster food. Jacob. Facts, dog. Facts. JD, there's a new flavor of Monster. It's Ultra Blue Hawaiian. I think it's Hawaiian Punch though, bro. And I don't like Hawaiian Punch. I don't like punch at all. And maybe it's because growing up in high school, I had really bad experiences with Jungle Juice, where we made punch with Jungle Juice, and it was just like straight grain alcohol mixed with punch. But that shit messed me up for life, I think. Ryan Brennan said, what is sad? What's sad is I was born missing 27 genes in my DNA. I'm 27 years old now and has more common sense than most of these protesters and rioters. Love your channel. Stay on the right path, JD. I went out and talked to some protesters. It seemed like there was a lot of these protesters that just had differences of opinion. We're always going to see the most volatile, the most out to lunch, the most shenanigans online and all of that and on the news, because that's what they know. People know that's what's going to get them views. That's why I went down there and spoke with people that seemed rational to try to show both sides. But, there was a lot of hateful shit down there too. A lot of people calling for death of people in our country. I saw a lot of stuff. One sign that just like, I didn't like, I saw a sign that said white silence is violence. And that kind of tripped me out. I'm like, So because somebody isn't speaking out on what you want them to speak out about, you're calling that violence. That's a wild take. It's a wild take, Chica. Pierce, what's up? How you doing? Hope your day and night is going well. We're blessed over here, man. Happy Father's Day to you, family. Roman Wolf Gaming. Is cheesecake a pie or a cake? Food war time. I mean, it's called cake. And like, if I'm gonna eat a cake, it's gonna be a cheesecake. It's literally the only type of cake that I like. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think it's a pie or a cake? I like all types of pies because I like fruit and berries. That sounded like kind of sus.
I think cheesecake is future diarrhea if you're lactose intolerant.
Well, I am, but cheesecake is one of those things that I will totally disregard my personal safety for. Fred,
Mine,
U.S.
apparently.
Yeah, yours too. Fred, U.S. Marine said, disabled American veteran. Thank you so much, brother. We love you. Can we skip to 2026? 2025 had its chance. You know, I was really, really hopeful for 2025. You know, I was really in a celebrating mood when 2025 started. I was like, cool, man. I want to wash this 2024 off me. We're staying at a nice hotel and everything where we could see the fireworks in the distance without being around the peoples. As some of y'all remember, I even live streamed from it. We had a good old time. And I was like, 2025 is going to be lit. And then immediately shit started going sideways, bro. Like immediately. It was crazy. Pierce said, I got to go to a car race with my dad today. That is beautiful, Pierce. Hell yeah. Dawman channel. What's the right way to put TP on the holder? Up or down? For me, bro, it's up, hold down. Up, hold down. I don't like that. It's behind. No, bro. I want it forward facing. I pull down.
Actually, the patent shows the directions that you're supposed to have it, like he just said.
Yeah.
I can actually pull up that diagram for anyone who wants it.
Now, Jesse Brown, we respect everybody's perspective and everybody's opinion here. But I'm going to disagree with you respectfully on mullets being lame. I like mullets. I think mullets are pretty cool looking. I don't think I could pull one off. I already look enough like Zangief from Street Fighter. I don't think I could pull all the way down. Plus, I don't want to cover up my badass back of my head tattoos. But I like beards and mullets, bro. You know, even though it's not for me, I still think it's cool. Pam Wild Fly Girl. JD, keep on standing up for kids. You're a breath of fresh air. I'm so sick of these morons that groom kids. So a deep thank you. Thank you, sis. I appreciate you. We are all in this fight together. It takes a village to raise a child, and it takes a global village to keep our kids safe. So we are all in this together. You use toilet paper. I use a sponge on a stick. You know, back in the day, that's what they used to do. And people would reuse it with other people. You'd go into a bath, and it'd be in a water, and you'd pull the sponge out with other people's doo-doo juice still on it, and you use that to clean you. I'm glad. I'm pussy as fuck, bro. I'm super glad that I live in the time zone that I live in, where we got things, super cool things like, you know, toilet paper. Toilet paper is a great invention. I know it's not great for the environment, but it's great for my booty hole. I'll tell you what. Pragmatic Humanist. Happy Father's Day, brother. Massive love to you and yours. Happy Father's Day to you, homie. Thank you so much. Huge love and respect. I'm going to double back down. I don't know if Miguel is still here, but Miguel, again, thank you so much. We love you, bro. Thank you. If you're still here, Miguel Romo, I just wanted to double back down and say that, you know, we love you. What about a bidet? So we had a bidet, actually. One of my friends in Florida came and installed a bidet at our house, just showed up randomly, and they were like, we got the Delay family bidet.
I'm just going to say, without a warning of the pressure settings on that thing, it was an act of violence. And I personally almost met my ancestors the first time I used it.
Yeah, that bidet was kind of violent. It really was. It really was. Well, you guys, I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for hanging out with us. I'm going to jump off here, and I'm going to have me some Father's Day dinner. But I wanted to spend some time with you guys before I got my dinner in, man. Each and every one of you, I love you. I don't care what your week was like this week. Next week is a new week. Tomorrow starts a new week. Don't let Monday get you down. Don't let nobody else's dumb shit get you down. This week belongs to us. Justin, what's up? 100% supporter of the wood chipper. Brother, thank you so much. Big love and respect to you. I love you guys. I'm going to be coming back to you all next week. So stay tuned. We're going to be doing some good stuff, having a good time. And until the next one love, baby. Be good or be good at it.